What big thing in your head, did you sleep with yesterday?
I would say the Imo FA President Federation Cup. I was thinking about the Oyster FC, what they could come up with
Mm.
against Heartland. It's a relatively unknown team. They play. I heard they're going to play in the NLO this season.
Yeah,
I was eager to see
their
what
performance.
their
Yeah.
performance and what stuff they are made of.
Mm. That's just that. Of course, the big boys, some of the big boys left. The FA could not, win the FA Cup, and then that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with. There's something that's been on my mind. I think I mentioned it to you off air. A lot of things have been on my mind concerning this FA Cup. Where I said there's this talk of allowing the supposed bigger boys to win the FA Cup. The politics that comes with it. Like I said, it's a talk. I'm not saying it's a fact that comes with saying the bigger boys should win the FA Cup, go represent the state in the FA Cup. Teams like Heartland, teams like Aqua United, teams like Enyimba. Enyimba lost. Enyimba lost. Ikorodu City lost too. And they're among the big boys that lost this thing. Lost their games and the finals. So there's this talk of the supposed bigger boys represent. I don't know if you share that sentiment because if you see the way Heartland played these guys, I think they were very unlucky in most part of the games. Talking about Heartland, they could not score in the first half of the game. They had to score. They had to, they needed that moment of brilliance from Suraj Lawal to actually get that first goal that actually opened the floodgates. But of course, it was just two goals they got. You know, in some cases, Heartland would have drew that game to the 90 minutes and then went on to penalties and maybe lose to these Ayusa guys, and those guys will be the ones representing us in the representing Owerri in the FA Cup. Do you share, because you looked at the way they were played by Heartland? Do you share that sentiment of allowing the bigger boys to actually play, or you just think anybody who's just go there and represent?
I think it should be on merit.
Yeah.
If you're able to beat all your opponents and then get to the finals, I
Mm,
think you should be allowed to play.
mm,
I don't share the sentiment of allowing the big boys. I mean, if we want our league to grow, we want the grassroots game to develop. We have to allow these supposed small teams to, I mean, go out there and then express themselves and show what they're made of.
mm.
I think Oyesa in the first period against Heartland, they did quite okay, despite the fact that Heartland missed a lot of chances in that game during the first period. But then coming into the second half, they showed why they are the bigger team, and then going on to win courtesy of the brace from Suraj Lawa. But I think the small team should be allowed to participate and then gain more momentum, gain more experience for these younger players, and then maybe go on to bigger things.
Okay, of course. Right now, let's. I don't know if you have some of the the results, that came out of. Of course, we'll be focusing on the East. We know it was played all over Nigeria. We just focus on the results that came out of from the East here. The likes of Enyimba and the likes of Abakaliki FC. So just read out the results. The
Yeah,
results that we had.
that was a shocker in one of the games. Enyimba lost to Ahudiyannem.
Mm.
They played the full time nil and then
The
going
penalties.
on to penalties. Enyimba lost that game 3-1. The goalkeeper for Ahudiyannem making two fantastic saves in the penalty shootout. The Rangers International they won against Ijele FC 3-0.
Ijele
Time
FC, watch out for those guys. They are. I think they would.
I think they are around mid table in the NNL.
Mm.
Yeah, and then Seinojo against Abakaliki. Abakaliki won 1-0.
Mm.
And then Solution FC, who also plays in the NNL,
Yeah.
against Idea FC.
Mm.
Uh, Idea FC won that one. So that's the result for the
Okay,
eastern
I don't
part
know. I
of
don't know
the.
what team you support, but let us know in the comment section which of these results actually made you happy or made you sad. If you're a fan of Enyimba, it is a continuous season of heartbreaks.
And again, it goes to show the level of as like the bad season
They have
Enyimba having.
it just sums up that very terrible
Exactly.
season.
It's like everything seems to be going wrong
Wrong
for
for this
them at the moment, both on and off the pitch, because there've been a lot of talks about
in-house,
Kano
in-house.
not
Yeah,
being attending their games and all
yeah.
of that. But I do hope that maybe probably come next season, because as far as I'm concerned,
This
this
season is
season
over.
is gone.
I think it's even a long shot for them even qualifying for any of the continental sports at this
At,
moment.
at this, I think they're not even that they are in mid table at the in the MPFL. I think probably all they have to do now is just to maintain their position and then see out the rest of the season.
So we've seen Heartland this season. We've seen Heartland this season. We've seen them. We've seen an ideology. With this team, we've seen how they've played at home, how they played away from home, how they've nearly gotten they've gotten 3 points at home, and in some cases they've nearly gotten 3 points. They've led in games where they should have won, and this is the Nigerian Premier League where it's almost like as if the home team must not lose. But we've seen this Atlanta team. We've seen, like I said earlier on, an ideology with this team. We saw them play with their second 11. With their second 11, most of these players I haven't seen before, and we saw how they played. It was as if you were watching the first team play. It was the same. Uh, you know, do you see what kind of progress do you see with this Atlanta team? And do you see them, like I've spoken to some of the players, I've spoken to one or two of the players who have said that they want to get a continental place, continental spot, whether through the FA Cup or through the league phase. Of course, like I said, it's a long shot, but can this team actually go on, to take, Heartland to where, we've known them to be?
Um, if you consider the players they've signed going into the second half of the season, I think they can do it. But the, the team needs to focus more on gaining points away. Because if you want to play in the continent, you have to win your away games
Mm.
and get as much points as possible, and then your home games as well. During their last game against the Red Tornadoes, they scored first, and then somehow the maybe a loss of concentration, the home team were able to get an equalizer and then go on to win the game. I think they should be able to start clean off games where they are already winning and then go on, win their games and then get the maximum points. Their next game is against Economy Warriors, which are no pushovers,
Very tough team.
very tough team to beat. I think coming here, I think they will be going for a draw, possibly. But then again, Heartland should be able to, because
Win
this team have shown that they can
quality.
win.